Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I know it's been so long since I filmed. I literally don't even know how long it's been. Probably over a month. But I'm so sorry, I've just been so busy. I went on a trip to Hawaii for almost 2 weeks and I just didn't have time to film before. Actually, that's a lie, I did have time to film, but I came down to film one day because my filming area is in my basement in my home. And the day I came down to film, they were doing construction in the bathroom down here and it was so loud I couldn't even film. Like, you guys could have heard like everything going on, so I didn't want that to be an issue, so I just didn't film. And I wouldn't say I vlogged much of there in Hawaii. I vlogged honestly at the most eventful time for me, which was going to see like the Jurassic World area where they filmed the movie. So I filmed that, so I'll probably enter some clips throughout the video, but this video is actually just going to be like more of a chit-chatty get ready with me video. I am going to be using the new NATASHA DENONA palette, this Metropolis palette right here. I actually got this at the Sephora event that happened in Los Angeles. Forgot what days it was, but it was, I would say, almost over a month ago. And I went and I got so much cool stuff. I actually got to meet NATASHA DENONA, which I was so shook. I literally did not. I'll just get into that story. But anyway, this is going to be like a story time, chit-chatty type of thing. I put a poll on my Instagram if you guys want to see a story time by the time I got banned from Disneyland, which I will include that in this video. That'll be the main focus of my video, but I will include some other, you know, chit-chatty things about what I've been doing this past month and where I've been. So I even forgot what I say in my intro, but before I get started, please don't forget to like this video, subscribe to my channel if you have not, and ring the notification bell so you're notified when I post my next video. But yeah, without further ado, let's get into this story time. Get ready, jibber jabber, let's do it. So today I'm actually gonna dip into this palette right here from NATASHA DENONA. It is so pretty. So I bought this at the Sephora event that happened in Los Angeles. This is what the palette looks like. So I think I got first access to the palette. So I got this palette really early on before it released. I'm not sure if it's even released yet, but I got it pretty early on. And I was like so shook because I met NATASHA DENONA at the thing, but it was a really quick like meet. You just like take a picture, like say hi, take a picture, and you dip. So it wasn't anything like, oh my god, I could like have a conversation, which honestly, my personality, I wouldn't even have a conversation because I would just be so stuck. I don't even know what to say. So kind of worked out for me. But yeah, that was a really good event. Actually, my mom and I went for both the days, and I was so happy I went with my mom because I feel like my mom and I don't really ever get to do stuff, just me and her. So I feel like it was so fun just going with my mom. And me and her had a lot of fun, and I feel like I was able to like explain to her a lot of things because my mom's into makeup. She's honestly the reason why I started getting into makeup, because I always saw my mom getting ready in the morning for her to drop us off from school. I would see her getting ready. She's always been into makeup, but I feel like nowadays it's just like a little bit different, you know what I mean? Like, it's not like the same, like, you know, my mom doesn't really know as much as I do. I feel like makeup's progressed a lot, and it's just cool like teaching her new things. So I'm just setting my base lightly with some translucent powder. I've gone back to this method. I go back and forth between this one and the tacky base method, but today I'm not really doing anything like super spectacular. I'm pretty much gonna keep it simple, honestly. I think I'm just gonna pop that blue on my lid and do like a pretty simple look. I'm not really doing anything too crazy. So I'm gonna get into the story of the time I got kicked out of Disneyland. It was actually my boyfriend and I who got kicked out of Disneyland, and we were banned, literally. So Disneyland is in California, Anaheim, California to be exact. And my boyfriend and I had gotten an annual pass. So if you guys don't know what an annual pass is, it's pretty much like, instead of going every time you go, instead of buying a ticket to enter the park, you pay, either you could pay monthly or just pay it all up front, and you pretty much have a passport and you can go every day. It depends what pass you have. You either go every day of the year or like certain days are blocked out. And I think there's like 4 different ones, but we had like the second best one, and we had got it the time prior to this. So we had literally just got the pass, and we actually ended up doing the month by month payment. So we didn't pay it all up front because honestly, it's really, really expensive. Disneyland passports are really, really expensive. And I know it's doable, like some people could pay it all up front, but it's just so much money, honestly. And I feel like Disneyland fanatics, like if you really are a Disneyland fanatic, it's worth getting a pass. But anyway, that's just besides the point. So we were going, it was the second time, this was March of 2018, so almost 2 years since this happened. So we actually went to Disneyland first. So at Disneyland California, they have a Disneyland, they have 2 different parks. They have Disneyland and Disneyland California Adventure, which is all like the Cars Land and stuff, like all the cool stuff, honestly. Well, I've not been recently, but all the cool stuff to me is at California Adventure. Like you have the roller coaster, you have like the better rides over there, because Disneyland is more kiddie to me. But I still love Disneyland, it's just California Adventure has the rides. But anyway, so we went to Disneyland first, and then we were at Disneyland, and you know, we're a little bored. So I was like, hey, like, oh, and by the way, at Disneyland California Adventure, they sell alcohol. So I was like, hey, like, do you want to hop over to California Adventure and grab like a margarita? The margaritas are so good, but so overpriced. Everything's just overpriced at Disneyland. But anyway, so like, hey, do you want to grab a margarita? And he's like, yeah, let's go, like, let's do it. I was like, yes, like getting a margarita. And this is actually my first time getting a margarita at Disneyland, because I don't think I had been since I turned 21. So I was 22 at the time. And so we went, whatever, and then I got margaritas. I got the margaritas because my boyfriend didn't have his ID. So I just got, and mind you, on the menu, it tells you like, oh, limit 2 per customer. So I could get 2 margaritas for myself, like double fisting over here, which I'm not gonna do. Like, come on, like who's gonna, why would I buy 2 at a time? It's gonna melt, it's gonna be disgusting. So I bought 2. I gave one to my boyfriend, and we went about our business. At this point, the California Adventure was kind of like under construction a bit. I would say, I don't know what they were doing exactly, but the area where like the big Ferris wheel is, it was like kind of cut off. So where Toy Story Mania was basically like the end of the pier. I think they were doing that Pixar pier thing where it's like they're trying to, you know, do, I've not been since, so I can't tell you what they did, but if you guys know, then let me know. So yeah, we were waiting in line. The line for Toy Story Mania was like super long, so we were outside of the actual like attraction, and we were just standing there, you know, drinking our margarita, like having fun, no big deal. And these 2 Mickey Mouse police come up to us. Mind you, we're not the only ones drinking margaritas. And I'm not trying to say this is like racially, you know, discriminating, but my boyfriend's black and I'm Mexican. I don't know if that had anything to do with it, but we were not the only ones drinking margaritas in that line. So, and we were pretty like in the middle of like the outside of the line. So it's not like we were like at the end of the line where it's like you're completely noticeable. So I feel like they were kind of following us since we had bought the margarita. And so we were just there, and they came up to us. It was like these 2 older gentlemen. I forgot their names, but I actually wrote it down in my notes the day it happened to us, and it's still in my notes. So I'll pull it up in a bit, but they're like, oh, can we see your IDs and the method of how you got into the park today? I was like, okay. And my boyfriend's like, I don't have my ID. And they're like, oh, well, you shouldn't be drinking alcohol. And I was just like, well, can't you guys just check? Oh, no, they didn't say, okay, so that's not the point yet. So whatever, like, oh, you're gonna have to come with us. And at this point, I thought Mickey Mouse was about to come out with some handcuffs and put me in Mickey Mouse jail, because honestly, I've heard stories about like people getting arrested at Disneyland, so I kind of thought like I was gonna be in that predicament just for buying him a drink. And my boyfriend, mind you, he looks well over 21. Like, it's not like he has like a full beard and everything. Like, it's not like he's like premature looking 21. Like, he looks well over 21. He's like 6 foot, over 6 foot, and you know, it's not like he looks like a kid. Like, we look like adults. So we basically, they take us, and then like they take us to the middle of the park where the aerial ride is. I forgot the name, under the sea ride or whatever. So it's like dead smack in the middle of everything, like, and everybody's just staring at us. And like these two like higher up people, I guess, like higher up in the security, come up to us. I'll never forget. I think his name was like Tom or something. I'll never forget. It pissed me off. So rude. I literally was so pissed. Honestly, it gets my blood boiling just even talking about this story because I hate it so much. But they're like, oh, like, so mind you, when you get a Disneyland passport, they ask for all information, like your birthday and blah blah blah, and like your ID, and so they have all that information already. And so this guy's like, oh, like, he's like, oh, so you guys realize like what you did, you broke the law. And I was just like, well, not technically, because he's over 21, and as like I would have been breaking the law if I actually bought an underage person a drink, and he is not underage. And he's just like, oh well, legally you can't drink alcohol, consume alcohol if you don't have an ID. And I was just like, what? I was like, the law is that you can't consume alcohol if you're not over the age of 21. It doesn't have to mean that you have an ID. What if I have my birth certificate on me that day, you know? Like, what if it's like, what if it's not my ID? What if it's something else? Like, I don't think that's the case, sir. Like, I was just getting really pissed because he was pissing me off, like his attitude. And it's like he knew I was right. Like, that's the thing. It's like he was trying to argue with my boyfriend and I, but it's like he knew we were right because, and then they had the audacity to go back to the margarita lady that sold us the margarita. And she was like, she basically like sold us out and said like, oh yeah, he didn't show his ID, like she bought it, like she got the ID, or she just bought it for him, like he didn't show his ID. And I was like, really, dude? Like, come on. But so yeah, like the security, the actual security that pulled us aside to begin with, they actually went back. And then this guy that's like higher up, I guess, like he was there with us, like questioning us and all this. Mind you, they still had our passes and my ID in custody with them. So like I didn't have my passport ready. And like he was like, oh yeah, well we're gonna have to, you know, like see like what we could do because this is against the law, and like you guys might get arrested, saying all this stuff. And so honestly the story isn't as like stuck in my head anymore because it's been a minute since this happened. It's not as fresh in my mind, but I'm trying to remember the best, like all the details of what they had told us, but it's like kind of like choppy in my head, not gonna lie. Yeah, basically they had said like, oh, like oh, we'll be back. So by the time they were there, like just like going back to the margarita stand, like the guy was just questioning us, like saying like, he was trying to like make all these hypothetical situations, like, oh, like if you're at a restaurant, like they wouldn't sell you alcohol if you didn't have an ID. And I was just like, yeah, they would. I was like, if my mom orders me a drink and I say, and she just orders it and they come by at the table and said, oh, the drink wasn't for you, I could just, they're not gonna say that. That's happened. And I told him, I was like, there's been occasions where I've gone out to dinner or gone out to eat with my mom and they've never questioned her like at all. I was like, so I think like he got mad because I was being smart with him. And so whatever, like they brought it back and they're like, oh, we're gonna have to ask you to leave the park for the day. I was like, okay, that's fine. I was like, so we started walking away and they're like, oh no, we're gonna have to escort you out of the park. I was like, I'm not a freaking child, like I don't need you to escort me back. Like I could do it on my own, or we could do it on our own. Sorry, I keep saying with me, but my boyfriend was with me. Like we could do it on our own. We don't need a babysitter. And so whatever, like they escorted us and it was just so stupid because like everybody was like staring, so I felt like so like annoyed. You know, it's like one of those things where it's like in the movies, you know, it's like when somebody's like the new person in school and it's like you like walk down the hall and everybody just like turns around and stares. That's literally what I felt like it was like. And so I was just like, ugh, like can we just go? And so whatever, like they're like, oh, you better not, like you can't enter the park. Oh, and mind you, they kept our annual passports, which I was pissed off because I was like, oh my god, like I literally just got this last month and I'm already getting it taken away. Like what the heck? We just left pretty much, and then we went to, I think we went to Islands Burgers or something afterward. And one of my friends works at DISNEYLAND, and I kind of called her and like I was just like, hey, like this just happened. And she didn't really have much to say. She just said like, oh my god, like that sucks. Like I don't know what to tell you. And so before we left and the guy had taken away our passports, I was like, hey, like I was just like, well, can you give us our pass back? And he was just like, oh no. He's just like, if we decide to like don't take, like I forgot the words he used, but if like further action, I guess, then we'll mail it back to you to the address that it's registered under and you'll be good to go. I was just like, okay. In my head, I already kind of knew. I was just like, oh, he's not gonna give it back to us. Like he just did not like us at all. Like, he was just being such a, I'm not even gonna say it, but he was being so rude and so like kind of playing it, like trying to play smart with us. It's like we were talking to us like as if we were stupid. And like he was just being an ass, like an asshole to us for no reason. And I'm like, okay, like I had a feeling. I was like, we're not gonna get it back. I was just like, okay, whatever. Like there goes that. So we get a letter in the mail probably like maybe like a month or two after the incident, and the letter in the mail, which I was expecting my freaking pass back, you know, but the letter in the mail said like, oh yeah, like basically you have been revoked from Disneyland for the remainder of the year. Like you will not be able to go, or your pass has been revoked for the remainder of the year. You will not be able to get a new passport, annual passport, until March 2019. But you still need to continue paying the monthly bill for the passport. And now that pissed me off because I'm like, I'm not finna pay, like, you know, I'm not finna pay y'all if you're not gonna let me enjoy my pass. Like that pissed me off. So like whatever, I actually didn't pay it because I actually canceled, or not canceled, but you know, like sometimes in your card, like they steal your information, so you like change card numbers and stuff. So that happened. They called me, or they didn't call me, they like emailed me several times and like, hey, we're gonna take legal action like if you don't continue paying your card, or you continue paying your annual passport. And I was like, are you shitting me, dude? Like that, at that point I was just pissed because that's a lot of money, like an annual passport, and it just gone to waste. Like I couldn't even go. If I wanted to go to Disneyland, I would have to purchase a ticket, which is so stupid. Like I'm not gonna go to Disneyland and purchase a ticket like if I have a passport. Like that just baffled me. I was like, oh, you really thought? But yeah, so we haven't been back since, and that was like a really short story time, honestly. It was a really short story of that time, but it's because I feel like I didn't have all the details because it's been so long, so I don't have all the details. So that's the only reason why it was so short. But let me do a few things. The eyes don't even look that great either, but let me do a few things and I'm gonna actually move on to my face and I'll tell you guys everything about my Hawaii trip, all that jazz. So I'll be back. I didn't really dip much into it. I just kind of spruced up this look a little bit. I used this blue shade right here along with this darker brown mixed with this like orangey brown shade because I feel like the Natasha DENONA one didn't really have like the deeper browns that I was looking for to like deepen it up, so I just used that, and then actually the blue kind of made it stand out a little bit more. And I primed my face. I did a little priming cocktail. I used my No Pore Bloom primer, which is the one I always use, and I actually used the Skintune Blur primer and the MAC Strip cream in Goldlite, and I kind of mixed it together all over my face and I created my little concoction. So I'm actually going to continue on with my stories. So prior to leaving for Hawaii, I went to the Sephora event, and that was in Los Angeles. So basically it was like kind of, I would say like a beauty convention type thing, but it was like of the brands that they have at Sephora. And honestly, it was a really cool experience. So my mom had asked me like, hey, like, do you want to go a few months back, but I guess like they only had, like they had sold out general admission, so they only had VIP available. So my mom was like, well, do you really want to go? Like, she didn't tell me that, but that they only have VIP available, I don't think. But so it was a 2-day event, but I think you buy tickets separately. So like you buy a ticket for day 1 and day 2, but my mom happened to buy for both days because at the event they actually had these things called master classes. So on the app, the Sephora app, you would actually sign up for whatever masterclass you wanted, or you could sign up there at the event. But it was better to sign up prior, because if you signed up there, sometimes like they were booked already, like especially with like bigger influencers, they were booked. So the first day we went and it was really fun. Like we went through all the booths and we actually got there early that day. So VIP was able to have, I think, like an hour access early, which was so nice because after like everyone comes in, it got really packed, and you know, you didn't really get to see as much after that. So when people when it was just the VIP and we got, so the first day we actually did get the early access, we got there in time, but the second day we didn't. So the first day we were able to, like, you know, go in early, and it was just really nice, like walking through the event area and seeing all the like booths like before everybody walked in, because then it gets really busy and it's just like not the same anymore. So we pretty much were able to walk through the whole entire event in the time where, you know, it was just the VIP access. Unless you spent a lot of time at a booth, it was pretty easy to like walk through. But the booths were so cute, like set up like really Instagram-esque, like super photo ready, like get ready to take your pics type of booth. I think the first booth my mom and I stopped at was NATASHA DENONA, because my mom and I both love, actually no, that's lie, we got stopped by FENTY Beauty, so my mom and I both love FENTY Beauty. And so we went to FENTY Beauty first, and it was so cute, like, but that lady that took my photo there just didn't do that good of a job, so I never got a good photo there. Just kind of sad because it's the cutest little like that thing that they have in like playgrounds where you like sit down and someone spins you around. Don't know what it's called. Yeah, they had that, and it was like all the Fenty like gloss bombs like on the sticks. It was so cute, but I didn't get a good picture because the lady, like, I don't know, I think her photography skills weren't the best, which is fine. Like, I don't really care. I'm not like that bitch that's like, oh, can you redo it? Can you redo it like a million times? Because like that shit gets annoying. We went to that booth, and then my mom and I saw NATASHA DENONA, and we were like, let's go there, because my mom loves NATASHA DENONA. I love NATASHA DENONA. Like the eyeshadows are just there, you know, like that's our girl. NATASHA's our girl. But so we went there, and the ladies there were so nice. Like they explained to us like the new product they have, which is the Metropolis palette. So basically the whole booth was set up like the colors of that. It was so cool. Like everything was just so cool. I'll enter the photo I took on NATASHA DENONA. I was so weird. I was just like, hey, like, how are you? But it was so loud, I think she couldn't hear me at first. She was like, hey, like, nice to meet you, I'm Anabelle. And she's like, and then she just looked at me, like she didn't say anything. And she's like, hello, nice to meet you. I was like, nice to meet you, I'm Anabelle. And it was just so awkward. I think it's because like we couldn't hear each other. So, well, I heard her, but I don't think she could hear me. And it was just like really awkward and weird. So that was that. After that, we actually had a masterclass that night, and it was with Nikki Tutorial. So since we did have VIP, we were able to enter first, like in front of everybody. So we got like pretty good seating. I wasn't like right front row because I didn't know front rows for like handicap, or you know, because sometimes events do that, like they reserve the front because there's more space for handicapped people. And so I didn't go in the front because I was like, first of all, I was just like, oh, I don't really want to be in the front because I'm like that awkward bitch, and like I just don't want to be in the front. And two, it's just like I didn't want to, I don't know, it just felt weird, you know? And I didn't want to like intrude on people that actually needed to be in the front. So I was just like, no, like let's just sit like kind of like towards the middle section and be fine with it, which was fine because like I'm not like super like, oh my god, I have to be front row. I really don't care, as long as I could see, then I'm fine. And even if they had like little TVs, that's fine with me too, girl. I'm there to learn about the makeup. I'm not there to freaking, and I'm pretty sure I wasn't even able to like take a picture with her, so I didn't really care where I sat at the end of the day. So I was sitting, Nikki Tutorials came out, and her makeup looks so like pretty in real life. I feel like on screen it looks like a little much, like you're doing too much, but it looks really flawless like in real life. I was like, girl, I really should take up your little steps, because her makeup looked really, really nice. And so I was just like really excited to see the class and like see like what she taught. And she's like an ambassador for Marc Jacobs, so she used all Marc Jacobs products. She was talking so highly about the products, which is fine because I understand like you kind of have to like do your job. The product, I forgot what she used, but I was like, I need to get my hands on that product. I think it was like the highlighter or something, but it was so pretty, and I was just like, I need that product. And she like really did sell me out. Oh no, it was like these eye shimmer things, kind of. I would like to say they're comparable to like the Artist Couture Diamond Lights finishers, which are my absolute favorite. Oh, and shout out to Artist Couture because they actually sent me a PR package, and I was like, girl, really? Like I was so shocked because I did not expect them to send me a PR package. Like I have like itty bitty followers on Instagram, so I didn't expect them to send me anything. But thank you so much, Artist Couture, for those packages, or that package. Sorry, I only got one package from them. So yeah, it reminded me of that, and it was so pretty, and I was like, wow. But they didn't have a Marc Jacobs booth at the event, and I don't even think they sold Marc Jacobs at the event either. So what happened at the event, you could go, they had a little like shopping corner, and like I think they had two, one upstairs and one downstairs, and you could shop like the makeup that was being like advertised there. So a lot of it was like holiday, like pre-access to like holiday makeup, which I really thought was cool because like, you know, you get to see, it's a lot of times influencers and whoever receives PR, like they get a chance to see everything first, and you know, that's nice, but it's like kind of sucks for the rest of the people who can't see it first, or like can't get their hands on it first, because especially for smaller influencers or YouTubers who would like to receive products like beforehand to like review them, it's kind of hard to, because you know, everybody that's bigger kind of beats you out. So we got, oh, and by the way, I'm using my Laura Mercier powder underneath my eye. I went back to this, it's so nice. I forgot how nice it was. I actually didn't like it for a minute, but I realized my eyes could kind of handle a little bit more like powder now, so I went back to it, and I have no regrets. Like it's so pretty. It's like making my eyes look so flawless underneath. I still double dabble into my Cover FX one, but anyway, yeah, so they had that store, which is so nice. So there I actually found the Brio hair mask, which I love Brio products. I absolutely adore them. Brio repaired my hair immensely, and this is obviously not sponsored because I'm too small to get sponsored by anyone, but they repaired my hair so much. So I used to be blonde, like disgusting blonde, like yellowy blonde, and my hair actually got really damaged. Like when it was bleached, it got hella damaged. So I started using the shampoo and the conditioner, which is the conditioner was the deep conditioning mask, which I used every time I actually washed my hair, because I only wash my hair probably twice a week, I would say. I'm not really like avid on washing my hair a lot, because my hair is not really oily, one, and two, it's like I don't want to damage my hair by washing often. I used to be that one to wash it every day, but I learned not to do that. And so I started using it, and I fell in love. It was it has no parabens, no sulfates, no phthalates, all that stuff. So it's super clean for your hair. It's super good. I honestly couldn't recommend it enough. It's such a good product, honestly, such a good line. If you are struggling with your hair, I would recommend it. I just get the original shampoo and conditioner. It's like, I think the white bottle with like the pink and black type of, I'll put a picture up. For the holiday, they had the Honey Bear like deep conditioning mask, which is so cute. I honestly bought it just for the packaging itself because it was adorable, and I bought it too because it smelled so good. The smell, it smells really good. So I bought it because it was so cute, and I love the mask. So I was just like, well, just gonna try this one out too because I had run out of my mask anyway, so it's like, let me try it. And so I got that, and then what else did I get? What was I even talking about? I went so into like the Brio mess that I forgot even what I was talking about. But I did purchase that, and I purchased the NATASHA DENONA palette, and then Dry Bar had a few things at the little store too. Like they had this like glitter hairspray, which is so cute. It's like hairspray obviously that you put, you know, like I don't know if you guys when you were younger you used to play around with like spray hair paints and stuff like that, but it's like basically that, but it's actually like glitter, just glitter all. I think I got the gold and the rose gold, I believe, or just gold and silver, I forgot, but a gold one for sure. It's just so cute. I can't even remember what I got, honestly. I got so much stuff that I kind of forgot. I got a t-shirt, and I got, oh, I got the Lawless highlight, I believe, which I hadn't tried, which I'll probably try actually right now. What else did I get? Girl, I don't even know. They had so much stuff, and I'm trying to think of what booths I visited. I think I visited pretty much all the booths. The Tarte booth. Oh yeah, so we went to Tarte, and they had their new eye cream, the like peony one, peony, don't know how to pronounce it. That one worked really well for my under eyes. But I'm rambling on. I need to get into my Hawaii trip too. But basically, yeah, so we went the first day. The second day we were gonna go, I saw Patrick Ta in real life, and I was like, geeking because I love his work. Saw him in real life, yes. Yeah, so the second day we were actually gonna go to his masterclass, but I forgot what we did, that we ended up getting there late, and we actually just went. So after the day you walk, or the time you walk out of the door, they give you like a grab bag. So it's like your gift bag, your goodie bag, whatever. And I was expecting like tiny like samples, but no, you got like full-size products, like bomb products. And I was like, girl. So the second day, I'm not gonna lie, my mom and I kind of just went for like a little bit, and we literally left probably like within an hour, and we just left and got the goodie bag again, because it's like I just wanted to get the goodie bag pretty much. So yeah, that's the only reason why we went the second day. I'm not gonna lie to you, because the first day we went and we saw the whole thing already. We were gonna see Patrick Ta, but we got there a little bit late. I forgot, like I said, I forgot what we did in the morning, but it kind of like backtracked us and we couldn't get there on time. So that was the Sephora event. Let me just spray my face with the Mix Plus really quick. You guys know I always do that just to melt all the powders into my skin after I've powdered, because I do put a lot of powder on, and I'm gonna layer more powder, so I do 2 sets in between each powdering. I'm gonna get into my Hawaii trip. So for my birthday this year, I went to Hawaii with my family. It was actually really fun. So pretty much like the main people that I always like talk to in my family went on the trip, which I really loved, because it's been so long since we took a family trip, and I was so emotional because my sister said she wasn't gonna go, and I think a few days prior to leaving, I want to say like 5 days prior to leaving, she told me, she's like, oh, I'm going. And I was like, you're lying. Like, you're lying. Stop lying to me. She's like, no, like, I'm really going. And I was just like, oh my god. They had told me this whole time and she wasn't gonna go. And I guess everybody had known that she wasn't going but me. Over here standing over here like a freaking dummy that I am. And I was just like so shook. I think I like started crying for real. I did start crying. And I was just like, oh my god. Like, I was so happy she was going because I love my sister so much. And I feel like, you know, we haven't done a lot. You know, life kind of just like happens, and like you kind of start like doing your own thing, and like you don't really you're not as close with your family members as you used to be. So I was just so glad that she went. And so she went for a whole week. So she left like 3 days or 2 days before we did, something like that. But I'm just glad she was able to go. And then my aunt went. Well, she's actually like my godmother, so she went, and her kids went, and her husband, and I love them to death, so I'm so happy they went. And then obviously my brother and his wife, and then my boyfriend went with me, and we took the baby. And then who else went? His mom went, and then my other aunt and uncle and their son went. So it was super fun, and we actually did such fun things. Let me just actually do a little bit of my makeup really quick before I ramble on and just not do anything. So the first day we got there, we kind of just unwinded, relaxed, and you know, just did like unpacked and you know, kind of got to know the area, which we had been there before, but it had been a while, so it was nice to kind of just go there and see like what had changed or what had stayed the same. So we went there and we stayed at the Hilton Hawaiian Village, which is in Waikiki, and Waikiki is in the island of Oahu. So we had been there before, and this was our second time there. So we had got there and I was just so happy to be back, honestly. I love Hawaii, and I don't know, I feel like it had been such a long time, and like I feel like it had been such a long time since we had like a family vacation too, so I was just happy to go with my family. And so we went to that night, I don't know what we did, I think we probably just went to dinner and that was that. The next day, was it the next day or the day? Oh, I forgot to mention too, my brother's wife, or my brother's in-laws actually went with us too. Definitely forgot to mention that. But anyway, we went to the waterfall. I forgot, I think like Manoa Falls or something like that it's called. And it was so pretty. So that day it was actually raining at the hike. So we went on the hike, like pouring rain. So it's like in a rainforest. So it's, the rain is kind of inconsistent, I would say. It was like raining and then it would stop a little, but then, so we got there, it was like sprinkling, I would say. And then we kept going and then it got harder, and then like the moment we reached up to the mountain or to the waterfall, it got softer. So like it wasn't that rainy at that point, which was nice because it was just too much. Actually no, I want to say I might be getting the dates mixed up. It might be that we went to the hike the third day or the second day we were there, because I remember we didn't take my baby because my boyfriend's mom was actually watching the baby. Okay, yeah, so we got there the day before my birthday, and the day of my birthday we just went to dinner, and we kind of just went on the beach and we had like a fun day. And then we went to dinner at Ruth's Chris Steakhouse, which if you guys know, that place is bomb.com. Honestly, the most best steaks ever, and you can't debate me on that because it's so good, so good. They like serve your steak on like a sizzling 500-degree plate. It's so good, like the best steaks. I remember when I was pregnant, that's all I craved. But anyway, that's besides the point. So we actually went there, and then the next day, so the day following my birthday, so on the 20th, we went on the hike, and that was really, really nice, honestly. It was so pretty. I love like hiking, and I hadn't been hiking in such a long time. I felt like I was just like, I missed it so much, you know? And so we went there, and then we came back, and then there was this restaurant at our hotel. It was so good. Like, just the food was good. It was overpriced, I will say, but hotel stuff is usually overpriced because it's a hotel, I guess. But we went there like multiple times. I don't even know how many times we went anymore. It was just overkill the times we went, but it was so good. The day after that, we actually went to Kualoa Ranch, which is where they have filmed so many movies, including Jumanji and Jurassic Park, Jurassic World. So many movies. I think like King Kong or something like that, Skull Island, something like that. 50 First Dates, like a lot of movies, like you name it, have been shot there. And so we went there, and I think that was like my favorite experience of the entire trip. I'd never gone there in my life, and I was just like, so yeah, I just even remember driving there and like seeing the mountain. I'll insert some like footage because I did take some video of while I was there, and it was just so fun. Like, we went on this little bus excursion thing, so it was like a school bus type of thing. And you went in the school bus, and you had like a tour guide, and the tour guide was basically telling you like stopping by all the stops, mostly all the stops of the ranch, like kind of I would say like the eastern side of the ranch, because the ranch is huge. and we went all around, and she was just explaining everything, all the history about the ranch and how it was purchased. We got off the bus, and then my mom and my sister and the baby and my brother's wife, and my boyfriend's mom, they went, and one of my aunts too, they actually left the island, and left the ranch, and they went to a secret island, and they took a baby because we were gonna do like a Jeep excursion type thing. We did that, and that was cool too because we went on the western side of the ranch, so we saw a complete opposite side, and that's where we saw like the gates and like that whole like gated type thing of the Jurassic World. Like I said, I'll enter some pictures. It was so cool, honestly. That was like my favorite thing because it's like seeing like the movie sets just became so realistic, and then like you just feel like a part, low-key, like just feel a part of the movie. Like, I know it sounds like kind of stupid to say, but like I low-key felt like a part of the movie. I was like, oh my god, this is so cool. So we did that, and then what else did we do? I think we kind of just, we waited a little bit, and then we had the UTB Excursion, which a UTV is like an off-road type of vehicle. I had never driven one of those before, and my boyfriend and I were kind of like debating, like we weren't debating, we were like kind of low-key fighting about it, like arguing like who's gonna drive. We both wanted to drive, and like I didn't want it to be like, oh, just him driving, because I wanted to drive too, you know? So we were arguing about it, and luckily the guy said like, oh, you guys, like we do like a halfway point type of switch off thing. If you guys want to switch off, we do like a break. So luckily that happened. So my boyfriend drove the first half, which was actually like low-key fun because it started raining just a little bit though, and I wish it continued, but it started raining, and I feel like that made it more fun because the roads got muddy, and so it kind of made the UTV thing a little bit more fun. And the second half I drove, and I almost crashed because it got so muddy where the wheels kind of like lost traction. Oh my god, my eyebrows look so gross, like so hairy. I'm sorry, I need to get the eyebrows in. But the wheels kind of lost traction, so like they kind of started slipping, and I was like going like that, and they told us like, oh, you can't drift and you can't go like over 50 miles per hour, and I was just like, girl, what type of fun is that? But we ended up being fine. I think that was it, but the UTV was really fun. And then I think the next day we swam with the dolphins, and that was so fun. Like, I've swum with dolphins before, but I just love the animals. I was so like a marine biologist geek, like when I was in school. Like, I loved marine bio, and I just love marine life. This is the highlighter I bought at the Sephora event, and this is shade Afternoon Delight by Lawless. I've not tried this highlighter before. I've not tried anything from this brand before, so I'm really excited to see how it works. Ooh, okay, that's cute. It's one of those, which I like these. I've been liking these more lately. It's one of those like glow from within type of highlights, but it's still gonna reflect really nicely off the skin. So I really appreciate these types of highlights. These are the ones like melt into your skin. They're so pretty. I always put some on the apples on my cheeks because I really like how it reflects. See how pretty that is? That's so cute. So yeah, going back, so we swam with the dolphins, and I forgot my dolphin's name, but he was so cute. He was an 11-year-old common bottlenose dolphin, and he was so cute and like doing all these tricks, and like every time he would swim underneath the water, he would like stick his tongue out at us, which was adorable. Like I said, I'm just obsessed with like dolphins and anything like marine life. I love. After the dolphins, what else do we do? Oh my god, you guys are gonna kill me. Well, I don't know if you will, but I saw Bretman Rock at the mall, the Ala Moana Center. I saw him one day, and I literally did not even want to say hi to him because I feel like, you know, like sometimes it's like you just don't want to disturb people, especially like if they're with like family and stuff. So I didn't feel like disturbing him, so I didn't like even say hi to him. I'm happy I was able to see him, because you know what, I had a feeling before I even went on the trip. I had a feeling, I was like, I feel like I'm gonna see Bretman Rock here at the mall, because we went to the mall I'd probably say like 3-4 times, because there's a Target there, and like my baby needed some stuff, and then we kind of just needed some stuff in general. I was like, I feel like I'm gonna see him here one of the days that we're here. And sure enough, the last day that we had gone to the mall, like we saw him. And I was just like, girl, am I psychic or what? I was like nervous because I'm like one of those awkward people, you know? Like I don't know how to like interact with like famous people. So I get really nervous and I just don't end up saying anything. And I really don't know why I'm like that, but I am. So whatever. I feel like it was cool that I saw him and that's that. I think Melba blush by MAC, which is one of my faves. I actually was using the Kylie blush a lot, the Baddie on the Block, and I loved it so much, but I was just like, I miss my MAC blushes. So I went back to MAC, and again, using my trusty dusty 129 brush from 8th grade. The last day we were there, we had like a photo shoot, and it was really cute. Like, my baby just wasn't having it though, because it was like peak sun time, and it was just so hot. But the weather over there was really, really hot. It was like humid and just hot all day pretty much until like the sun went down, then it started cooling off, but pretty much it was hot. And she just wasn't having it. Usually my baby's like pretty good when it comes to taking photos, but that day she just wasn't. She's like, I'm not into this. I'm gonna put my lashes on. These are BADDIE and IG. These look really, really pretty. So let me just set my brows really quick and pop some bottom mascara, and I'm actually gonna pop on my lip as well, and I will be back with my outro. So I really don't have any final thoughts because I mean I didn't use anything, like I wasn't a review, it was mostly just talking with you guys, catching up. So this is the final look that I created today in my get ready with me type of video. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Let me know if you guys like these types of videos, like my more talkity type of videos. I know this is like I kind of threw this eye together really quick because I didn't want to make it like a bomb ass look that I did, and it's like I didn't show you guys like a full-on tutorial. So I kind of just like, you guys saw what I did. I just threw on a color on the lid, 2 colors in the transition, and then one on the outer corner. That was pretty much it. And I used 2 different palettes. I used the NATASHA DENONA palette and the Dose of Colors palette, which I will link everything down below. Everything I used, all the description and everything. Sometimes I pop it on the screen, but I don't know how I feel about that yet. So I will do, you guys will get the information either way. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Let me know what you guys thought about this video, what you guys thought about my stories, and let me know if you guys would like to see more of these types of videos. Also, let me know what type of video you guys would like to see next. Any new makeup products you guys want me to try, let me know down below. Make sure you follow me on Instagram though, because I do giveaways. Once a month I do a giveaway, or to the person who won my giveaway. I'm sorry if you're watching this, I haven't been able to send it out, but I will send it out either tomorrow, which is Monday, or Tuesday. I've just been so busy. I'm usually good on sending the package out pretty quickly after the giveaway has been done. So I usually announce my giveaway in the middle of the month, so make sure you guys are following my Instagram to see when I do my giveaway, because I usually announce it there. Sometimes I will announce it here, but it's like pretty rare. I usually forget to announce it here, so make sure you follow my Instagram. And I hope you guys liked this video. Please subscribe if you have not, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.